There was a recent law change that went into effect on January 6th of 2025 called the Social Security Fairness Act. So we're going to spend some time talking about what this actually means and who this is going to impact. So for a number of years, a large part of my client base has been working with state police, firefighters, military personnel, individuals that have these public service positions and also have a government pension. What we spend a lot of time talking to those individuals about and talking to you about is Social Security. But there's two specific rules we really need to focus in on for these public service employees that starts to impact their potential Social Security benefits. So what I'm referring to is the Windfall Elimination Provision, or WEP, or the Government Offset Provision. Both of these provisions have an impact on Social Security benefits for retirees who have government pensions that didn't pay into Social Security but are still eligible for Social Security. So there's a lot to unpack on how these work. So the best way to explain it is to give an example. So let's say I go through college, I start working for the state police right out of college, say I'm 20 years old. The state police, you have to work for 25 years before you can get your pension. So let's say I retire when I'm 45, I have my government pension. That whole time I was working for the state police, I'm actually not paying Social Security tax. But because I'm 45, I might make the decision that I want to continue working in the private sector, paying Social Security taxes and actually earning my Social Security credits. So as a reminder, to earn Social Security benefits, you need to have at least 40 quarters that you have an earnings history, so you can get 4 quarters a year. So basically I have to work for 10 more years. So say I do that and then I get to age 62 and go to turn on my Social Security benefits. Well, in that scenario, because of this windfall elimination provision, my Social Security benefits are actually going to be reduced because I have that government pension. Because I had that previous employment where I didn't pay Social Security tax, they're going to now reduce my Social Security benefits. The reason this was put in place a number of years ago was really out of fairness, and the idea behind it was they wanted this income replacement ratio to be about the same for everybody. Meaning if I have Social Security benefits and I'm collecting a government pension, my retirement income could be more as a percentage to my gross income than traditionally, the average American, if you will. So they put this windfall elimination provision in place to help make it a little bit more fair. What they also did is they have this government pension offset provision. This is really affecting spouses, this affects widows, and this affects widowers. Where, if I were to pass away and my wife is getting my pension, now her survivor benefits could be impacted by my retirement benefits through the government. It's going to impact her then Social Security benefits. So what happened on January 6th is Biden signed a law into place that basically removed these two provisions. So I know a long-winded explanation to just tell you that these are now not in place. But what does that actually mean to us? So if we're a governmental employee and we're in this type of situation, well, good news, our income is actually going to be going up in retirement. We shouldn't be seeing any reductions to those Social Security benefits. We shouldn't be seeing any changes to our widows or our widowers or our surviving spouse benefits. So that's good news. The downside to these changes is, well, guess what? Social Security is already a stressed system. By having more benefits being paid out, it's going to have some repercussions down the road. So to give you context, in 2022, there's only about 3.1% of Social Security recipients that are actually impacted by those two provisions. So it's not a massive amount of people, but it still is a decent chunk of extra benefits that are going to be paying out. Not here to tell you whether it's fair or unfair that these were in place, just simply that these are going to be going away. The math that they've done so far is they're projecting it to have a 6-month decrease in how long Social Security is going to be able to pay out. So we've talked a lot about in the show in past episodes, this insolvency question. We really don't know when it's going to come up. There's these estimates, but they're just estimates. We don't know exactly when that's going to happen. The projection is those estimates are going to be about 6 months closer than when they traditionally put those in place. So it's going to have an impact on Social Security benefits. But we do want to be thinking about, again, is for these individuals in this public sector that are going to have this increased income, it's a good opportunity to now take a step back, revisit that financial plan we've been working on. Now that we're going to have an increase in income, guess what? Our taxable income is going to be going up. If we're already working on dequalifying assets, bracket maximization strategies, well, this is going to certainly have an impact on how much we can be doing and what we can be drawing for income. So it's a good time to be revisiting that financial plan, working on that tax plan to make sure we're not paying extra taxes than we need to. Also, because that insolvency is now sooner, it's a good time to start stress testing your portfolio that it can last if we have a reduction in Social Security benefits sooner than what we initially anticipated.